Please remain calm. Attack of the Franchise is about to begin.
Welcome to Attack of the Franchise, and it's me, your favorite Lauren, and I'm here with my co-host
Yvonne.
Andrew.
And today we're talking about
Andrew.
Yvonne.
Oh, Lauren. Anyways,
Ooh, that was evil.
that was a rosy one.
that was the demon inside of me. Anyways, we're gonna be talking about one demon that everybody loves to hate.
Christopher Nolan.
Yes. That spawn of Satan. No, just kidding. No, we're going to talk about the great Christopher Nolan and his movie. What was it? What movie is it?
The Prestige.
The Tenet? Oh, yeah. No. Yes, it's the Dark Knight. And I mean, I think by now everybody should know what this podcast is about.
Right.
And if you don't know what it's about, we're going to be talking about our franchise, which is the Batman franchise. And today we're going to be talking about Dark Knight and what's it all about and how we feel about it. So how do y'all feel about it?
Well, before this movie came out, we had Batman Begins, which we all agree is a really good movie. So Christopher Nolan pretty much had a blank check to do whatever he wanted with the Batman franchise.
See, I did not know that. I didn't know he had basically a blank check to be like, do whatever you want.
Well, do whatever you want, but do the Joker.
Yeah.
And who the Joker was going to be cast as was the biggest deal in Hollywood. A bunch of people were considered. Adrian Brody, Robin Williams, Steve Carell. They all wanted to do it. Bunch of funny people. And Adrian Brody, who's not funny at all.
When I heard about the Adrian Brody and Steve Carell, like, you know, their names being tossed in there.
It's a weird thought.
Yeah, because, you know, obviously, like, Steve Carell just being from The Office and stuff like that.
I just picture his Anchorman. Where he's
Yeah,
just laughing with a banana.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I couldn't imagine that.
But Nolan always wanted Ledger. Heath Ledger met with him for Batman and Batman Begins, and they both were like, this doesn't fit. But then they came back together, and Ledger was actually responsible for a lot of the Joker take in this one, that he's an agent of chaos and anarchy, and he's just all over the place, but really precise also.
It's like a controlled chaos.
And
yeah. Especially for like the opening scene. It's just like
Beautifully
how well
done.
It's so good.
Let's just get out of the way. It's probably one of my favorite acting performances ever. Like, I watched it like right before we started to record, and I just do not see Heath Ledger in a way I see other actors whenever I watch a movie. It's just like, this is Joker. This is like an absolute.
It's untouchable. I know I've said that before about the Nolans and about how it kind of like started, well, for me anyways, I don't know about you guys, but it kind of gave me high hopes. And now whenever I watch Dark Knight and I look at Heath Ledger's performance, I just think there's no other Joker other than Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah,
it constantly gets brought back
Phoenix
to that.
and Jared Leto. And people are just like, no, we want Ledger. Like, Ledger is the one with all the memes still. Everybody likes him
Literally,
best.
like when that movie came out, I think the persona of can I say this, incels? No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to trigger people. But you know, a lot of that community really took on that character as their own, you know, sentient being, and it's crazy because it's like that's how, you know, polarizing that character was.
They did that with the Joaquin Phoenix one too.
Yeah,
which
like,
was really scary.
It was like a
like
Taxi Driver remake.
Yeah.
And incels love the Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver.
Oh my god. Tell me about it.
So Heath Ledger was cast. The internet broke. A lot of Brokeback Mountain jokes, which probably sucked.
Yeah, you know, his performances, like before this one, I don't think he's ever, and I might be mistaken, I don't know if he's ever really come out in a serious role, or other than like
I mainly knew him from 10 Things I Hate About You and A Knight's Tale.
There's another one. I think is it Candy or something like that, that he played like a serious role in there. He's like, his girlfriend is like a drug addict. He's a drug addict. He's enabling. It's a really sad story, but him and that one is serious, but it's very broken man. And I feel like that probably could have played into what his Joker was, which is kind of a broken man, but with some loose screws, you know? Yeah, I had seen him in that movie, and then I've seen him in like those other ones that you said. And I mean, he's beautiful. And he's such a beautiful man that you don't even like notice him in this movie. It's just, you know, the Joker.
I
not
had
even
no
him.
idea that it was him until
Yeah.
end credits. It was kind of like the same thing with Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder. I had no idea that that was Tom Cruise
One
until
thing
end
that
credits.
took me a while is during the spoilers funeral for the commissioner when they all, the fake Joker henchmen all turn and one of them's actually the Joker. I was like, oh, one of them's the Joker? It took me like 3 watches and then I finally noticed the scars.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, it's such a good performance.
Yeah.
It was a definite great performance by Heath Ledger. I never knew him to be like, I would just always pictured him like rom-coms, you know what I mean? I didn't think that he would want to venture out and do anything other than just that.
Yeah. So this Joker is very different than classic Joker. It's not that he fell into a vat of chemicals. It's that he does his own makeup. He dyed his own hair green, and it's all smeared and ugly.
I mean, I feel like, because this movie and a lot of like the Nolans, it's very realistic. So like, I like that it is the way he becomes Joker, because it's just full on trauma like that he has.
But is it?
Yeah, that too. It's kind of like it's a whole act, so you don't really know what the heck is wrong. But I mean, I do like the color palettes they created for his outfits, because it is paying like an homage to the old like Joker.
Yeah, he does have the classic, like, if you look at him, you're not gonna mistake him for anybody else that's not the Joker. But it's a whole other performances with the tics, the licking of the lips, his scars, and the painted on smile.
Yeah, and I feel like too, like the Joker, how he's so like thought out and everything. It kind of reminds me. I don't know if y'all have ever seen him. There's like, I guess it's the cartoon version. I don't know if it's real. Like it is real. Like somebody animated this, but I don't know if it was like part of like an animation that's like under that. Like if this is just somebody's their own, but it's like 2 guards and they get like a doll and it's like dressed up as the Joker and they keep pulling it and they're like, keep pulling us and we're gonna blow up this orphanage and then do it, and the guy keeps doing it and stuff, and the Joker's just like in the shadows just laughing his ass off, like seeing it. And I don't know, just that whole thing of like giving them choice, and even the guard like tells the other guard like, bro, stop moving the thing, like you're killing people. Just like that choice factor, I really like.
Yeah, that might be from an animated movie or something.
Yeah, like I just like how he had that, the Joker. It wasn't like just like this is the absolute. It's like he's gonna give you a choice, and it's up to you if you're gonna fuck things up. But he doesn't put any blame on himself, you know.
I have to think this is one of actors' like most wanted choices, because like Joker, crazy, you can pretty much do what you want, and sometimes it works if you're Joaquin Phoenix, and sometimes it really doesn't work if you're Jared Leto. And sending used condoms to people.
Dead rats or live rats. Yeah.
We love method acting, don't we? No, I'm just kidding.
I forgot who said it. I think it might have been Pattinson. He was like, nobody ever method acts as a nice guy. They all method act as assholes.
Yeah, like it gives you a free pass just to be a dick.
So we get Bale back as Batman. Not a lot to say about him. The performance doesn't really change much. He's still really good. Really. The voice changes. It's very throat cancery.
Ruffier, more. It's got that like...
Smokes 24 packs a day instead of 6 packs a day like he did in Batman Begins.
He upped it for the second one.
Well, it was digitally enhanced, which is why he sounds nearly incomprehensible.
Oh, okay. I thought the third one is when he was digitally enhanced.
It's both this one and The Dark Knight Rises. Gotcha. And then every movie after these Batman movies, Nolan just has his characters be unintelligible.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand 99% of the dialogue in Tenet.
I had to put the subtitles on.
Yeah.
And then I had to just like read it like that.
And Dunkirk was like that too, but Dunkirk is this war movie and it's like more about the feeling and like you're in the actual battle scene. And Tenet, their dialogue is 99% exposition about how the world works. Yeah. And it was so annoying. I turned to my friend. I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I want to leave. Go back and watch it with subtitles.
Am I thinking it right? The Tenet's the one with that house. Like
time travel.
Maybe I'm thinking another one. Never mind. Let's continue. We're not talking about that.
I'm not going to go off on another Christopher Nolan rant.
Katie Holmes did not come back.
Oh, thank God. The Lord.
Her weak wrists.
Oh, my God.
We got Maggie Gyllenhaal instead.
Yes, we love the Gyllenhaals.
Better performance in my eyes, but...
It might be a better performance, but the character has nothing to do. Besides be a prize for Bale and Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent.
Yeah. That's really it. I think it was just like that one thing that they needed to put in there to give a little bit of heart.
Well, she's like his whole motivation to stop being Batman
Right.
because this Batman does not want a never-ending war on crime and to just do this for the rest of his life. He's just like, I'm just trying to shut down the mob so I can get some boon.
Yeah.
his childhood crush.
Which is so weird because it's like, bro, you're literally like a million billionaire. Like, can't you just do that on your own with money? But he's like, no, I need to put on this.
He needs what he can't have.
Yeah,
I
that is
mean,
true.
Yeah, it's one of the great scenes early on when he comes into the restaurant and Harvey's there with Rachel and Bale just big dogs him right in front.
big time.
Yeah.
Comes in with
Big
his
Tim.
stacked blonde.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just gonna pull up a table because I own this place.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, it's fine. He's like, I own this restaurant.
Yeah.
He's humble bragging.
Oh, dude, and then
Then it's a great
So
scene
hot.
where they're talking about Batman and like Dent is actually defending Batman. And Bale is just like having this love-hate relationship because he knows this guy is like the white knight that Gotham needs.
exactly. So it's
Well,
like
he's fucking his girl.
yeah, pretty much. So it's like everything that he wished that he could be. You know what I mean? In a way.
Yeah,
so it's
he
like
wishes he could be a noble face like Harvey Dent is.
yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent I think is underrated in the movie. I think it's so good, but Ledger obviously overshadows everybody because it's just on a whole another level. But I like this smooth Harvey Dent who's cocky with his trick coin.
I definitely like his performance in this one because just him as an actor, I think he does a really, really great job. And in this role that he played, I like the transition that he made, but I do prefer him as what you said, that more, I don't know,
Yeah,
like
he makes you believe
a
the
little hair
tragedy.
kinda, yeah.
It really hurts when he falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's super charming. So, like you said, to see his downfall was just like, it does hurt.
Have y'all seen Thank You for Smoking?
Yes, I have.
Good movie.
Very good movie.
It's about him. He's a tobacco lobbyist, and he's like
It was the first movie I saw with him in it. That
Yeah.
actor, yeah.
so good, and he's so slimy.
I mean, because, in this character too, it's like the same thing. But for the most part, when you're watching him, you're like, man, I hope he's one of the good ones. He seems good. He seems great. And then Maggie, or not Maggie.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, well, she plays Rachel. I was like getting their names confused. But like even her, like, oh, this seems like a good thing for her. And then it's like crash, boom, because the Joker is the Joker.
Hugh Jackman was considered, which would have been a prestige reunion.
Yeah, it would have.
Jackman was considered for Mr. Fantastic and like other superhero roles while he was still Wolverine. It would have just been too weird.
Not only would have been too weird, but it's like, how can there be, you know what I mean? Like the crossover of the two.
I love Hugh Jackman. He's a great
I
actor
think so
outside of
too,
Wolverine. Like,
but-
Prestige is so good. Have you seen The Prestige?
Yes. It's another Nolan film.
Yeah, Nolan's a good director.
He's a very good director.
So I usually think of this more as a Joker movie than The Dark Knight about Batman. Batman is the one being tested by the Joker. This is his biggest test because he became Batman to inspire the city. Like, he kind of inspires Harvey Dent to become a good lawyer and take on the mob without fear. But we have the theme of escalation. Because Batman put on a mask, now we have clowns putting on makeup, blowing people up.
So they're trying to hold him responsible for that, or
I
you're
think
the...
this movie too, in general, like this, just the supporting cast is kind of outshines Batman. I feel like, but it also is like kind of showing like, Batman isn't just this one being; it's more of the.
When you think of the Batman movies, except maybe Batman Begins, you always think of who the villain was. I think,
Most definitely.
unless it's in a trash movie like Batman v Superman.
Yeah. Can't really
We'll
say
get
about
to
that
that
one.
one.
We'll get to that one.
So Gotham in the last one was kind of fantastical. It was like this mishmash of cities. And now it's just Chicago, which is fine.
It was fine, but it could have been a little more
goes
grittier. I think
way more realistic in this one.
Yeah, but it was a little too clean for me. I feel like they could have made it
Really?
a little more dirtier. Yeah, because
In what sense?
like just like the whole set. I feel like they could have added a little bit more of rats and
Yeah, because
trash.
you have this really good set in the Batman Begins with the Narrows, which is the slum in Gotham, where it's always raining and everybody
Gloomy.
looks like miserable.
Me. But yeah, no, yeah, I just think it's too clean. When I rewatched it not that long ago, I was like, wow, that really is Chicago. Like they just said we're having Gotham here, and that's it. You know,
This is Gotham now.
yeah.
Get used to it.
Get used to it.
I mean, I guess their tax dollars are going towards something. You know,
Right.
cleaning these streets, but literally cleaning them,
I hate to
not
admit
taking
this,
them off.
but I thought that the second one was like in New York. I had no idea.
Gotham's always just New
It
York.
was
I mean,
Chicago.
It reminds me Wall Street, New York, for sure.
That's
but-
the vibes
The
that I
next
was
one
getting.
goes
Yeah.
Wall Street because you have that scene with Bane.
Yeah,
at the
in front of
stock
the-
exchange,
yeah.
New York Stock Exchange.
I guess throughout all these movies, you should just keep in mind that Batman is not really, or even Gotham, it's not really like a place. It's just a state of mind, you know? Kind of like this movie with...
Be
That's the
miserable.
only.
Right? Yeah.
I think it's the only like bad thing I have to say about it is I thought like it was all in New York. You know, the fact that like you can kind of tell when it's in Chicago,
Yeah.
and when it's kind of in New York, or
Oh,
it's
you have to
got
admire that it's shot in real places with
Yeah.
a lot of extras, and they have this whole grand scale.
Like,
Like
it's an actual world. Like, it's
when
very
they're-
realistic.
when they're driving down in the underpass and the truck flips, it's a real truck.
yeah.
Yeah, and that is way more impactful to me than a CGI Spider-Man punching a giant purple dildo.
That's why I love Christopher Nolan because his sets are very real. Like he'll create sets to
Feel
where
the weight
you
of
can.
the action.
Yeah, most definitely. So it's like there are going to be times where you have to pretend or like
Yeah, like
really
the
get.
helicopter getting caught in the wires. That's
Right.
obviously you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't really do that.
Although we did crash a antique plane for Dunkirk,
Yes, that was actually real.
but he didn't have that much power yet.
No.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm gonna blow up the Freedom Tower now, and y'all can't stop me.
Nolan, no.
Oh no, it's not worth it. The realism, guys. You don't.
Your
realism.
CGI, you know?
Yeah, there are some certain scenes I think in there are like, oh yeah, that's realistic. I can see that definitely happening. It's not
Yeah.
mainly CGI, you know.
Well, let's go into the plot. The movie opens with the Joker. Spoilers, on a heist with a crew. Well, we don't know it's the Joker. It's a bunch of people in clown masks.
Yeah.
They're doing this elaborate heist to break into this bank, steal a bunch of money. They all get picked off as they accomplish their jobs.
Perfectly executed. I love that
Perfectly
idea.
illustrates Joker as a character. It's one of the best character intros ever, where he kills all his henchmen. My favorites, when the shotgun-wielding bank manager comes out, and the other, obviously 80-yard henchman, just like, oh yeah, he's out of bullets, right?
And he's
Joker
off.
just nods at him. He's like, oh, you're gonna kill me now? No, I killed the bus driver.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh my god.
It's perfectly executed. I mean,
Yeah.
definitely that beginning scene just
It's just
Sets the
so
mood.
cool. Like, probably the scene from the movie I would just watch on YouTube the most. And that was the trailer for the movie. It was like the IMAX trailer. It came out with I Am Legend. What a way to get people hyped for this performance and this character.
definitely got like, well, especially for, I mean, my parents are like, you know, their generation or whatever. It definitely got them hyped to see a new reimagining of the Joker, you know, because you
I
always.
missed all the hype.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't even know what I was doing.
My dad was super into that, so I feel like he got me really into it.
Because my dad was, man, I just remember him being like, when it comes out, we're
Yeah.
gonna see it. It's like, okay, man. Like,
That was
chill.
my dad, most definitely. Like, when he found out that there was like more of a realistic, grittier version of, you know,
And just like the
Reimagining
Joker,
of Batman.
you know, like we haven't had
It's a
the
new Joker we haven't had. Yeah,
in a
since
while.
Jack Nicholson.
and that one, I mean, was a great role in general. I mean, it was Jack Nicholson, so it constant before Heath Ledger, it would be compared to Jack Nicholson.
So is everybody just riding their coattails when we get a new Joker?
Yeah,
Basically.
pretty much.
It's like, this character's so awesome, and now we're going to have Joaquin Phoenix and Jared Leto.
And then who's the next one? That one
Oh, I
kid
don't know.
from.
Oh, in
Oh.
the Batman, it's
He
what's
comes
his
out
name?
on-
He's on Internals.
Yeah, and-
Harry something
Oh, yeah.
Keoghan.
That was such a small thing from that I forgot.
Killing
but
Deer.
yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
another movie he comes out
Have y'all seen
into.
Gotham? Do y'all watch Shameless?
No.
Ian from Shameless is the Joker on the Gotham TV show, and he's actually a good Joker. I've only watched his scenes.
I've seen
forgot that there
clips
is
on
a-
TikTok, and it looks good, but I'm just like, I don't want to invest too much time in this.
Yeah, I'm not watching 6 seasons.
Yeah.
I watched the first season and I regret it.
It's especially with like those with the DC. It's like you get it. I watched the first season of the Teen Titans one, and I was like so into it. And then like they're like, oh, new season's coming out, and just lack. You know, I just did not have any motivation. I was like, I guess I just will never know.
Watch Doom Patrol. That's a good show.
Oh, my dad watched it. I kept like watching from the side. He's told me like a good bunch of it. I like how like it's kind of kooky. Like just how
It's
it is.
insane.
Yeah.
Ivana, a donkey swallows a town in the opening scene.
Yeah, it's pretty. I didn't know about that one.
And that's not even the craziest thing. That's not even the craziest thing that happens in the first season.
I just remember there was like one scene where there was like an eyeball in the sky, and I was like, this seems like something I should get into.
Sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah, watch it. There's an episode where they get attacked by sentient asses.
What are y'all watching?
It's great.
know.
You have to watch it.
No.
So after the heist, we cut to this mob deal. We get our good old handsome friend Cillian Murphy back as the Scarecrow, selling his leftover drugs
Just trying
from.
to make it by.
Get that little bit of continuity because
Yeah.
that's really the only reference to Batman Begins. The only continuity besides the characters, obviously, but nobody mentions that Liam Neeson messed up the town.
Right. Just
They're just like, oh, that happened.
glossed over.
Yeah, so we get a bunch of shadowy figures, and oh my god, who could it be? A bunch of middle-aged dads.
Wanting to be vengeance himself.
Right?
It's cool. Batman shows up. He's like, I'll show y'all how it's done.
Yeah. He's like, oh, y'all thought y'all could clock in for me. That's what he said.
Y'all ain't taking my shift, but I'm a union.
When I saw the trailer for it and like there being like more of like the Batmans or whatever, and then actually seeing the movie and then realizing that he doesn't use guns, and you're like, oh wait, that actually isn't him.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Michael Keaton uses guns.
yeah, only Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
So then we have the scene. Batman stops the crime. Then we cut to Jim Gordon investigating the mob. Batman and him are getting really close to shutting down the mob operation in town. But then, who could it be? A man with a clown face.
Just starts
Great
fucking their shit
description.
up.
Yeah. Good old clown face. He shows up to the mob meeting because they're talking about like trying to hide their money from the cops. And Joker's like, okay, you're solving the symptom, not the problem. The problem is Batman.
Yeah.
We need to kill the Batman.
Eloquently as he said it.
Yeah. Exactly. Word from word. Dang.
And just tries to top his entrance yet again. We get the iconic magic trick.
Beautiful.
You
Loved
want to
it.
see this cock
See a
disappear?
magic
No.
trick.
I'm gonna make your dick disappear.
Right.
Ta-da!
He rips it off.
Literally, he just gives you a lobotomy.
He rips it off.
No, but that scene is pretty because it's like, well,
Really iconic.
rewatching
He trolls
it,
the mob.
it's a little cheesy. I will say, rewatching because you're like, these are the mob, like they really looking like whips.
Yeah, they're all the stereotypical mob. Like, do y'all remember in Austin Powers where the World Council is just like all these
Yes.
stereotypes?
It's- yeah,
like a
it
dude in
just
a
is
sumo
that.
outfit.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Like in the back of like a restaurant, I'm like, couldn't they pick a different like location to meet to talk?
Well, they meet in the daytime to avoid the Batman.
Right.
True, I forgot
That's the
about
whole
that.
purpose of
That's
that.
the whole point.
Yeah.
And also, it's like sets up for the whole scene of Batman being like, "I'm international now" and shit. It's like,
Yeah,
what?
they have the money launderer Lau, who's like, I took all your money, I'm hiding it, and I'm gonna be in Hong Kong, so
You know where to
deuces.
find me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Joker's like, no, Batman's gonna catch him, so when that happens, give me a call.
Yeah.
And I'll make my move.
And then he does his little,
Does
you
this
know,
after trolling Michael J. White,
Yeah.
Spawn himself,
Mhm.
and so he just leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know, I always feel like Joker's a little racist. I don't know, it just gives off a vibe.
It definitely does give up a vibe to me.
Because why did he only attack that one guy too?
He was the most aggressive one.
That too.
A nickel for your grandma? I don't know.
It kind of gives like
was-
racial type
A little
of
bit.
It wasn't a good
connotation.
slay right there.
It wasn't.
Like, I mean, the Joker's a murderer. I'm sure he could be racist if he wants to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
and And you are dealing with the mob too.
I was
so
right about the incels. No, I'm just kidding.
You might be.
you're onto something.
So we have our good old friend. We should really call Rachel Two-Face, right?
Pretty much, I think so.
She's the actual villain throughout this whole series.
Let's have that discussion.
Okay, so she's dating Harvey Dent because she can't stop sleeping with her bosses. She was sleeping with her boss in the other one.
Yeah, she just has a thing for men in power, and
That aren't Batman.
yes,
Bruce Wayne shows up, drops his dick on the table.
Yeah.
she's like, well, maybe. I mean,
She's
maybe
like,
we
you
can
know
make this
what?
work.
I
Maybe we can't.
rethink this. You know, Harvey has been annoying.
Yeah, right. She starts like I don't know. I can kind of see like the wheels turning for her.
Yeah, she was like, he keeps flipping that coin if we're gonna do it or not, and I don't know.
It's kind of creeping me out.
He sleeps with that thing. So after that scene, Bruce is impressed with Harvey. He's going to fundraise for him. And he's like, maybe this is my way to sleeping with my childhood girlfriend again.
Right, because that's what you do.
That's normal.
I give you a whole bunch of money and I take back what is mine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works in Bruce Wayne's world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the vibes that I kind of got off.
Yeah.
Well, he is playing the douchey billionaire Bruce like he is.
Yeah.
And we know his goal is to get back Maggie
I mean,
Gyllenhaal.
he just
So we
always
know-
has sexual tension, I feel like, throughout the whole movie, so
Yeah.
it's the only
I
logical
think they
thing.
have maybe the worst chemistry. Bale and Maggie
I feel
Gyllenhaal.
like literally everyone else, it seems like he wants to fuck but her.
But
But he's like,
I
I
don't get
also want that.
Yeah, well, he's altruistic in a way because he still wants to help Gotham, but he has that one tie to the human world that is basically his whole motivation besides stopping crime, obviously.
Yeah, which is Maggie. I don't know. I really liked her performance, though. I liked it better than Katie Holmes' performance, all in all.
Yeah, Katie Holmes. I was watching some movie with her, and they had her do a southern accent. I'm like, oh
The
Katie, no.
Gift.
Yeah, The Gift.
Great movie.
Oh,
Kate Blanchett.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No.
So good.
Great.
She
It's
was
because
so-
I'm a woman. I'm like, I love it. It's so
she was
fucking good.
Katie Holmes was so bad in that
I feel like
movie.
I've seen it. Let me.
It's
What's
Kate
the other guy's
Blanchett is
name?
a-
The one that comes out on TED when he does like the dancing.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Yes, there you go. He does a great job in that
Oh,
movie.
he was so overacting.
I hate you.
Oh,
I love that movie.
she's in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett's a psychic. Keanu Reeves is in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot
was
about
like,
that.
oh.
He plays.
Wait.
He plays an abusive husband.
Hilary Swank is in there too. Hilary Swank and
It's a good cast.
Gift.
The Gift.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
there's another one called The Gift with.
Yeah, that one's with Joel Edgerton.
Oh, okay. That's the one it keeps showing.
What's his
That
name?
one's good. Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
That one's better.
It
I
just
like
keeps
that
showing me that one, so I was like, wait, I've seen this movie, and the actors you're saying are not the ones there.
That one was really good too.
Yeah,
one.
that
When
one.
you have a memorable title like The Gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that one is good too. So, I should
So
listen.
after that, we get Batman starting to gear up because now, after how many movies? 5.5 movies. He wants to turn his neck.
He thought, I need
Like, it's
flexibility.
time. It's time now.
It's time.
Yeah, it's
No, I got my neck strength. I've been working on it. I'm able to turn it now.
I've been practicing my whole
I
life
can
for
even
this
turn
moment.
and grunt at the same time if y'all need me to, Morgan Freeman.
We have Morgan Freeman just working on his gadgets in the basement. He has the thing that can get him into a plane from the ground without the plane landing. Pretty awesome. He has the shooty gauntlets that shoot the claws at people.
So
Those are
badass.
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are.
So,
I mean, this one I feel like a lot of the weapons are just like so cool to see.
Yeah.
so just design wise, the suit or Batman Begins suit.
I liked this one. I liked this suit, and then the gadgets
His
more.
face is just too squished.
Yeah, his face is squished. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I just thought it looked more like
And his
tactical.
neck looks weird. I don't know. I like the Begins suit a lot.
You did?
Yeah.
I think I agree with Yvonne. I like this suit a little better.
Yeah, his face did look squished. Don't get me wrong, but I just felt like it looked more tactical and it looked more, I guess, like form-fitting, sleek.
I mean, they can't do everything right, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
Can't make everybody happy, although they should.
Right. With all that
So-
money they have. I'm just kidding.
My tax dollars.
So Batman buys a bunch of women.
Pretty much.
And takes them to China because that's his cover. He He asked all the Russian ballet dancers.
Totally fits in with that douchebag billionaire aesthetic.
Yep. And Rachel and Harvey go to the ballet and see the newspaper headline.
That's another baller move that he did because he knew that they were going to the ballet.
Yeah.
So what does he do? Also as a cover, but like...
Here's a question. Which Bruce is the biggest dick? Michael Keaton's a dick.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It really is. I'd like to think that Christian Bale's character plays a bigger dick than Michael Keaton's character.
Because you have the scene in the first Batman where Michael Keaton just gaslights Kim Basinger.
Yeah.
But in this one, he's like, is that love-hate with Harvey, where he wants him to replace him as Gotham's protector. But
Because you're also forgetting, like, Maggie Gyllenhaal's character, or what's her name? Rachel. Rachel's character already knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Well, yeah.
So it's just kind of like, to me, that's a bigger dick move, is because, like, she knows, you know what I mean? And, like,
He's playing a part.
Yeah, that too. But also, like, you don't gotta
She
do
knows,
it like
but
that.
Harvey doesn't, so it just makes it kind of worse because it's like you literally are going to not only just like talk down to my boyfriend who's like
in front of me,
the DA in front of me, and then bring these bitches from the Russian ballet over. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
y'all
are right.
He's more a dick. Like, it just, even like the way he talks, because you kind of want to be like, if you weren't so hot and a fucking Batman, like, I would punch you in the face too.
Exactly.
But I mean,
I definitely think Christian Bale was the bigger dick.
yeah, he was.
So we get to Hong Kong. Morgan Freeman plants a device so that Batman is able to see inside the building. It's like a sonar device that'll come up again later. Batman does this awesome jump from the building. He has all this technical stuff. He has his cape in his backpack, and he puts on an oxygen mask. I love all the little details like that.
I do too.
Breaks in, takes Lau back to Gotham, which proves the Joker's point that Batman can't be stopped. He can take us all down from wherever, so we need this handsome clown to help us out. this really a sexual clown.
Yeah.
That we all obviously have a crush on, right, guys?
Yes. Oh, what?
No.
What?
No.
What?
Bro, I got problems. It's okay.
I can fix him, guys.
Right.
Spoken like a true Virgo.
I'm pretty sure if I told him my trauma, he would be better.
Right.
You know? No, he would literally manipulate me and like take my story. Be like, you know why I have these scars?
So Joker then starts killing influential people of Gotham. He goes after a judge that arrested a bunch of mobsters, goes after the police commissioner, and then while at a party, he tries to go after Harvey Dent because Bruce is holding the fundraiser there with Harvey, and he again tries to steal this man's girl while he's raising all this money for him.
Yeah, he literally, that's the one he throws, is it when he throws Harvey in the closet or?
Yeah. He finds out that people are dying, so he gets Harvey, puts him in the panic room.
Does he knock him out? I thought he knocked him out.
Chokeholds him,
there
I
you
think.
go.
And so then we have the Joker arriving, which is interesting because we had this parallel. Bruce arrived from a helicopter up. He gets his champagne, makes a speech, but then he tosses off the balcony. Joker arrives, coming up from the bottom.
Yeah.
Gets champagne, tosses it, doesn't drink it. Got these weird parallels.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved the little, like...
Little chef kiss on that
Yeah,
one.
the little technical things like that.
Just watching it after I've seen this movie like 50 times, his performance, Heath Ledger, feels so unpredictable. Like, you don't know if he's going to stab somebody or knock them out. Like, his physicality is so good.
Not only that, yeah, like, not only his tics, but just, like, his mannerisms and, like, the way that he talks. It's, like, it's just all bullshit,
So
though.
Yeah.
formed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
like
I've
it's so
known
well
a narcissist
thought out.
before.
So then Joker gets Rachel, throws her out of the building. Batman saves her, and then Joker just leaves.
Pretty
Said,
much.
I'm not having fun anymore.
I
Gotta
me's like,
go.
I'm bored.
Yeah, party's over.
Yeah.
There's no Prince music or anything for
I
me.
loved his dialogue, though, and that one scene.
He does his second version of the How I Got These Scars. He did the first one when he killed Michael Jai White. And then this is the second one. And so, yeah, you're feeling like, oh my god, they're not doing...
Fits perfectly well
one
into that
origin.
motif of his. It's like you don't know
All
who
could be
he
true,
is.
or none of them could be true.
Exactly.
You don't know.
You just know he's disturbed.
Yeah, you
You just want to keep watching more. You're like, I want to see what else is he gonna do. And I feel like in the next part of like the acts, it's like, oh shit, it gets worse.
We also haven't mentioned that he does these terrorist style videos. The first one where he has the fake Batman just feels so tense, where he's just interrogating this guy and like waving the mask in his face.
Scary.
It's scary because he's
so unhinged.
so unhinged, but funny still when he gets the mask and it's like, woo!
Yeah.
I love that. Like in Batman v Superman, they do like Superman takes off his mask. I just want Superman to go, woo!
Yeah, I know. Those, I don't know, those videos that he would make about taking down people of power and stuff like that, it scares the fuck out of you because you don't know who he is, what he's about. He's so aloof in that sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel so absolute, like he only exists for this purpose. Outside of that, like, I don't know, it just feels like he was dropped in from outer space, maybe. So Joker tells Batman, take off your little mask so I'll stop killing people. Bruce is planning on actually turning himself in. Goes to a press conference where Harvey is speaking. But Harvey, twist, is like, I'm Batman, look at my chin. I have a Batman chin.
Do you not see this face? This is a Batman face.
Like in that moment, because you're like waiting, because you're like, okay, he's gonna say it, but too, I feel like ultimately we all know the truth that that's not gonna stop it. Like just because you say that.
Yeah, that's what Harvey says. He doesn't want people to give into fear. It's very like a reaction to like George Bush and the terrorists kind of situation where America was like, we don't negotiate with terrorists, blah blah blah. That kind of ideology, which is why people accuse Nolan of being conservative a lot. It's just a good movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's also playing like.
But I feel like that's such a humane thing. Like, most people just want to fight for the good thing. So, like, hearing Harvey say that, you're like, okay, that makes sense. But, like, I mean, in the end.
But there's a bigger illusion where at the end we have the spying on people stuff, but we'll get to that. I forgot. Did the scene happen after Gordon died? Quotation marks.
No, that was actually it was before.
Yeah. So we skipped a part. There's a funeral for the mayor, and they tried to assassinate him, but Jim Gordon takes the bullet in quotation marks.
Yeah.
This is one of the weakest plot points in the movie for me.
I agree with you on that, most definitely.
Because I don't know who was involved, what the actual plan was. Why is
That's another thing I had a problem with in the plot, because it was kind of like, I don't know, it just...
You can't connect the pieces.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like it was necessary.
Because, if you find out at the end of this awesome chase scene where Harvey's in custody, Joker's going after him, Batman starts the chase, gets the awesome Bat Pod and saves him. Final reveal is that Jim Gordon is alive after all. Like, why?
Why that whole thing? Like, I didn't...
And why were you on that team? Like, just for the reveal.
It just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, like, I don't even know if Batman knew or who knows. Because Rachel didn't know.
No, I don't think anybody really knew besides...
I think that was just a Gordon thing. He was like, I'm on a little silly
they went really elaborate. Like, Batman showed up to his widow's house and just hung on the fire escape.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was unnecessary, too, because it's like, doesn't the mayor die?
Yeah.
Not in this one.
No, he just got shot, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
He dies in The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, yeah, you're right. No, I didn't feel like it was necessary. Maybe to kind of make it seem like...
Just some tension.
Not only, like, add some tension, but also...
Because he has a one-off line that he says, like, I had to protect my family. Like, but Joker didn't go after anybody's families.
Yeah, it was more...
I mean, I'm not going to put it past him.
Yeah, but I mean...
He also is the commissioner, so I kind of felt like maybe he...
Well, he's commissioner after that.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you're right.
Yikes. So yeah, it was very like not needed. But I guess I guess that was the only way for him to be commissioner. He was like, oh, they told me in order to take this promotion, I have to fake my death. So the Joker is like, haha, boo, surprise.
Haha, I advanced your career.
Yeah.
Boom.
So we have the awesome chase scene. So cool. Batman does so much collateral damage.
Yeah.
Millions millions of dollars.
And
You
just some
cannot even go
annoyances,
on the
'cause
access way anymore now.
when he's driving that bat pod and knocking off people's mirrors, that's gonna ruin somebody's day.
Yeah,
Ruined my day. Damn you, Batman!
I'm gonna pull out and get hit because Batman couldn't like make his car like an inch
Smaller.
take it in an inch.
Exactly.
that these streets aren't wide enough for the both of us.
He's blowing up those cars. I'm pretty sure he blew up those children.
Let's have that conversation. I'm more than sure.
Yeah, I was just.
Why did he blow up those cars?
Why did they need
got
it to
him.
show
Because
that
Nolan
there was
could.
children in the
You know what?
cars watching
That's
it?
And then he busts through the mall.
Yeah.
And he does that awesome turn where he goes up the wall. I love the bat pod. It's so cool.
It is.
It was really tactical. I loved it.
Gave me very much Monster Truck Sunday vibes. Like,
I think of Tron.
Yeah, I was going to say more of like a futuristic type of.
yeah, futuristic Monster Truck because it's still kind of ghetto. He's destroying property, but I guess Tron.
I
values.
mean, okay, cool.
Yeah, and they were like, Bruce, can you help us with this?
Hold on, I need to crush this car in the side of the building.
Wait, let me do this 3-point turn. Literally
see that
destroyed
shit?
an orphanage.
Look at this thing. It's so awesome. I took off so many mirrors with this.
See this
So-
building disappear.
So we get the great scene where Joker is stumbling out of the truck after the truck flips. Truck flips awesome. He decides, well, he's playing a game of chicken with Batman on his bat pod, daring him to break his one rule that they don't really establish.
Because of the first one, I mean, he does kill Roz, so
Yeah.
I mean, he does kill.
They mention one rule a lot, and it's just like alluding to that he doesn't kill. Maybe he hasn't killed anybody since.
Like kill out of.
It feels weird because it's like, how does the Joker know this? Like, how is this like?
Reads the newspaper.
I guess it's.
He watches cable.
I don't know. He was dropped out of the sky. Did you just hear? No, I'm just kidding. I guess, but I feel like it's still like when you're a mobster, you're not really looking into the newspapers. You're like, let me.
Do
Well, I
you
guess.
think Joker is a mobster though?
They call him a mobster a lot.
They do call him a mobster, so I can only.
see
He wears the fancy purple suit.
Yeah.
That's true.
He
I guess I
does.
didn't really see him as that because he doesn't keep a gang.
Yeah,
He does, but
because-
he like
Because
uses,
Alfred
you know.
is the only one who tells
outsources?
Bruce, like,
Yeah.
he's the only one who tells Bruce that, yeah, you haven't dealt with this guy. He is not a mobster. He is
Beyond
something
that.
else.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, I feel like, nevertheless, you're, trying to be gay, do crime.
Yeah.
You're
It's
not
mob
really going to
mentality.
look at the news. Yes, whatever.
Yeah, so Batman has a one rule not to kill. He's
But has.
about to run
Not to
down
kill
the
if you
Joker.
don't need to, I
Yeah.
guess.
I guess, like, not direct kill. Like, yeah, he may have blown up all these
He-
cars with
he
children
needed
in
to
them.
kill those cars with
But
the children, but
They were in the way.
this murder, he gets past.
But I can't kill
But-
Joker.
no, it's fine.
Because that's a human being.
It's fine. Hopefully those children bounced to a trampoline.
Babies bounce.
Yeah.
Oh, babies bounce.
I mean, they didn't show it, so we don't know. It could have
So-
stopped right there. The car before them.
Joker wins the game of chicken. Yeah, great scene.
Which is
Especially-
ridiculous because this man is on foot. I was like, this is a little uncalled for. Like,
He has a gun.
yeah, but like, you're Batman. Come on, throw yourself.
He could have launched himself.
Yeah.
Off
Yeah,
pod
he could have
and
done like
hit
some
him.
cool spin in the air, and that would have revolutionized.
Won you over.
superhero
Yeah.
movies.
Slow down, hit him at 40 miles an hour.
Yeah. Right?
he might be fine.
He would have been like broken legs, but
Yeah,
hey,
break his legs.
No, it would have been more than broken legs.
But too, he just like fucking
internal
came out of
bleeding.
a car. He's like already messed up, so it's like, I don't know. There could have been a lot more done, but again, like I said about these
I don't know.
movies,
I still love it. It's
too.
great
Yeah.
tension where it just cuts to him and it keeps getting closer to their faces and it's like, kill me. Batman screams and falls off his truck because he can't drive for shit. Yeah, and then Joker tries to take off the mask. He gets a little jolt. So funny. Then, surprise, surprise, Commissioner Gordon's alive. They capture Joker, and he's just in the cell. Great scene where they pull out all his knives, and they're like, yeah, we got nothing. He has no alias. He has all these knives. No labels. All the clothes are custom.
What did they say about his
Fingerprints.
fingerprints?
No finger. Did they say they were burned
I
off?
think
I think they said that they were burned off. I couldn't remember.
Nameless
Just watched
man.
it 2 days ago. Yeah.
Mhm. Then Commissioner Gordon got his job promotion. Good job faking your death. Joker claps for him. Great.
I
think
love
was,
that scene.
I think it's ad-libbed.
Yeah.
And then we
I'm
get...
just like thinking about that though, like the Joker
sitting
clapping
there
for
just-
him. Like, good job, Gordon. I fucking promoted you. I fake killed you.
You're welcome.
Right?
Welcome.
Where's my recognition?
So then Harvey is kidnapped. Rachel is kidnapped.
Oh no!
We get the interrogation scene, which is
It's just
Beautiful.
everybody
just like-
points to that as great acting.
Yeah.
It's
bring
these
those
two,
faces a little closer.
Now kiss.
these two
Because all we
polar
have is
opposites.
this Brokeback Mountain. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Wrong movie.
I wish
Happy
it took
Pride
that-
Month.
I wish it took that turn. Maybe in the porn parodies, that's where it takes the turn.
Now you got research. No, I'm just kidding.
But these two beautiful people don't kiss. They
Yeah.
just have these chats about Joker telling Batman that, like, yeah, your rules, they don't mean shit.
Yeah. This is not reality. Like,
like,
all
get
of this
wrecked.
is, yeah. pretty
You,
much.
you're not like these other people. You're like me. We're freaks,
Yeah.
okay? You just need to break your one rule, and we're good. We can just chill.
Which,
He really said, "Come to the smoke sesh."
yeah, pretty much. I think that's what I love about him, though. Like, well, his character, especially the way that Heath played it, didn't really care about Batman. And it's just all about
No, I
turning.
think he does.
You think so?
At the start, he does not care, but then he just becomes...
I think it's like
I
a
think
care
it's a-
because everyone else cares. It's like a overly.
No, I think it becomes it becomes an obsession for him because
Without him, there
this
is
is
no...
a guy who he can't corrupt and break his one rule, and Joker really just wants to break Gotham because he's like, yeah,
wants
this
it to be
place is
seen
messed
for
up.
what it is, or
I think
He just wants to create chaos because he
Yeah.
hates rules. I
break
guess
mentally.
break societies. He's like tired of society's hypocrisies. I guess.
okay,
Yeah,
I get
because
you.
like you come in here, do all this stuff, but then you have crooked cops and you have this, so he's like, it's already fucked. Why not? That's all fucked. No, I'm just kidding.
But Joker spills the beans after Batman. Well, Joker calls out that he has his girlfriend, and that's what makes Batman freak out
Irate.
and starts beating him up. Where are they? And Joker eventually tells them
All right.
the streets are Avenue X, Batman's X, and 250 52nd Street. 50 50
yeah, that's a thinker.
Second Street.
How was
Nolan,
thinker?
Nolan, applause.
Just
He said, I'm gonna get him with this one.
gonna throw this little zinger in there.
So Batman goes after Rachel. Gordon goes after Harvey Dent. But twist. Joker gave them the wrong locations, so Batman actually saves Harvey Dent after his face gets covered in gasoline.
But it's like, oh, it's so fucked because you can hear it, and you're like, when he's trying to.
Yeah, when he
Batman
saves Harvey and Rachel, has that realization that she's not getting saved.
She's still talking, and then when it just happens, I literally, like, watching it now, I'm just
thinking
like,
about
oh!
That's the character's one good scene.
Yeah.
Maggie does bring it to that.
Yeah, she brings you with that emotion right then and there because you're like, fuck, I don't want her to die. But then you're like,
Dang, maybe I did care about you, but then you rewatch Katie Holmes' performance, like, oh no, never mind.
She just,
she ruins it.
I love that whole scene. I definitely cried because it's just like when you see Harvey on the ground, he's all, no! That's how you know.
Yeah, that dude has the worst day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What, like, I don't know if y'all know this, but like, what span of time is this? Like, is this a week? How many days?
I guess this is a week. I think this is a year after Batman Begins.
Okay.
I'd say so, yeah.
Not a week. Dang. That's fucked.
That week for Batman.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm doing great, and I'm killing it. This dude's about to take my job. I'm about to get my girlfriend back. I'm taking down all the mobsters.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm awesome.
Yeah.
The Joker just...
So Rachel becomes a Rachel pile of ash.
You're all, oh.
She really does. Dang.
Harvey got his face covered in gasoline, because as we all know, gasoline stops on one half of your face.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally.
That's the goofiest thing about the movie is that, well, he has to become Two-Face.
Yeah. However, I do like the way that he became Two-Faced. I mean, I thought that
Better
was
than
Yeah.
getting thrown
acid on you
your
in
face.
court. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the look of him, even though when you think about it for a second, it doesn't make sense because his eye,
Mm-hmm.
you can't blink. that would be so dry.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah,
And he has perfect speech, even though half of his jaw is exposed.
Yeah.
you can see like
You
Yeah,
can
when he
see
takes
his
the
actual
shot
eye.
and
His eye would have been
alcohol.
burnt. It would have been like,
yeah.
it would have been a yolk. Like, I don't understand how that, no, that thing's there. But a lot of that scene, when you do see him, it don't make sense. So
During all this, Joker got Lau from the prison, and now Joker's in charge. He has all the money from the mob. Lau is sitting on this big pile of cash, and the remaining mobsters that aren't dead or Eric Roberts show up. And Joker's like, you know what? I don't need this money. Sets it on fire. Baller move.
Such a baller move.
it is king shit right there.
It was never about like
It was never about the money.
yeah. It was the fact that
It was about taking on Gotham and
the
Batman.
fact that he could just know how to fucking piss people off too, just like, you know what? I hate these guys.
or play their game, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, because then we have the great scene with Joker in the hospital where he completely gaslights. Oh, I'm sorry, Harvey. I shouldn't say gaslight.
Triggering too soon.
Or I just wanted to bring up the
You can't say two.
Oh, sorry.
I just liked the part watching it now obviously just makes me laugh, but
Where he's dressed as the nurse.
he doesn't recognize him until
Yeah.
he takes off his mask and he's like, ah! I just like
Well, he
tries
only
to
has
attack
one
him.
working eye.
Yeah.
To be fair.
To be
I thought
fair,
you were
The
gonna
yeah.
talk
other
about
one's
the part
dry
where
as fuck. How do you think?
You know, what do
he
you
could
expect,
see?
Yvonne?
I thought you were
All
gonna
that
say
trauma he's going through.
the part where the cop comes on. It's like, ma'am, with this guy with white face paint and the worst red wig.
I guess that's how women did their makeup.
It is a funny scene.
You know, different
where
times.
Joker tricks him into believing, like, you know, it wasn't really my fault that your girlfriend died. You know, I'm just a puppy chasing a truck who doesn't know what he's doing. But we know it's like this great balancing act of the character as written. Like, is he just doing this all randomly, or is he just so meticulously planned and this is an act? Because you have scenes like the opening with the bus, and it pulls out in perfect synchrony with the other buses. And you're like, there's no way he would randomly do this. And that heist was obviously very well planned.
Yeah, that's why I think it's very much like a controlled chaos. I do genuinely believe that everything is planned out meticulously, and I do think that he is smarter than the Batman when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, I mean, we'll talk about that more when it comes towards the end, but there is more about that.
I agree. I think he is kind of more thought out. But I do also think he plays into that whole thing of like, well, hopeless me.
When
I'm
opportunity
just
arises, he'll-
society screwed me up. What else am I supposed
I'm
to
so
do?
crazy.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so
I
crazy.
I wish I could just tell people at work that, like, I'm sorry, society fucked me up, so I cannot deliver
Joker would
this.
be the guy at the party being like, I'm so drunk, guys.
Right. Me, I'm the Joker. That's me.
So we have this subplot where the forensic accountant, I think we mentioned this in the Batman Begins one, where he's like, hey, Batmobile, we have that, like a picture of it in the basement. So I'm going to bribe you. And Morgan Freeman's like, no.
Yeah.
Nah.
Morgan Freeman just like crosses his legs and it's just like, you know what? I'm about to gaslight the shit out of you right now.
Everybody gets gaslit in this movie.
Pretty much. But
Really
whenever
do.
you
But it
do
was
say
kinda
it out loud, it's
kinda
like,
intimidating the way Morgan like delivered that to him, because it was, you know, like you're saying, like it is when you say it out loud. Sounds so ridiculous.
yeah, like,
But it's the truth. It's like, wouldn't it be ridiculous?
Yeah, so then we have that character who is named Mr. Reese. Mysteries. Riddle. What?
Oh my God.
That's a fan theory. I doubt it's true.
I don't know. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't.
Well, for the third one, they were going to do Riddler, obviously. Well, Warner Brothers wanted Riddler, and they were like, you just did Inception with Leo DiCaprio? Get Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And Nolan flexed his big dick and was like, no, Tom Hardy, Bane,
Yeah.
deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this because I feel like that. Well, I mean, I know we'll get into it, but I feel like that storyline fit better into it.
Yeah.
So it ties in with the first movie.
So that's what Batman's doing. He goes off to save this guy who could potentially expose him. Saves him with the Lamborghini because it's daytime. As we all know, Batman can't go out in the daylight because he gets a bad tan. I don't know. He doesn't want the bottom half of his face tan.
Yeah.
Much like Bruce.
Bruce, why is only the bottom half of your face tanned?
I never thought about that. That makes so much sense.
So they lose Harvey. Harvey then goes on a killing spree because Joker told him who was involved with kidnapping Rachel. It was a bunch of mob people and cops who were involved, Jim Gordon's people. So Harvey starts killing everybody, besides the one person who should have been responsible.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But I mean, when you're
So crazy.
When you're already like, well, fuck.
going through it, when
You
you've
know,
lost the love of your life.
This seems like the only guy that's really telling me the truth, which is not really the truth, but
I feel like that's where the Joker kind of like strays off of the path, because I feel like he realizes in that moment, like, oh, I can use this to my advantage and I can turn, because he can't do that with Batman. So he's like, when's the next?
He found out that he can't turn Batman, so he's like, all right, next best
Yeah.
thing. This guy looks pretty good. I can turn him.
Literally like the White Knight of Gotham. And
Yeah, they repeat that. That's the main theme of the movie. Is like White Knight versus the Dark Knight, and like the lengths you go to save the public.
Yeah.
So we get to Joker's master plan, which is he's got boats, guys.
oh god, he
And
really
bombs.
said, "Let me do the trolley question, but make it boats."
I didn't even think of it. Oh, that's funny. So he has the 2 boats with explosives, but he has detonators on each of them, but they're for each other's boats. The trolley experiment, basically.
Yeah.
one
But
is inmates, one is
Yeah, and one's just regular families.
citizens.
And I feel like it was kind of fucked because, like, okay, what would y'all pick? Like, what would be your instant thought?
I would have done the same thing that the guy did.
Tiny Lister did,
I would have taken it and thrown it out the window.
Yeah.
I would have died with my integrity.
Yeah.
and then they would have beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
That or
My last breath, I'm
I
gonna
thought
beat the
Yeah.
crap.
it would probably been like maybe a better safer thing to do. I mean, I understand there's children on this thing, but like you're telling me there's no way of life support.
Well, he threw it so recklessly, it hit the side, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. When you're watching it back, you're like, oh, God, please don't.
I'm sure there's a YouTube edit of him throwing
And
it
then it
and
blows
it
up.
instantly explodes.
But no, like just to jump off of the boat, like
Well,
Start swimming.
Yeah.
but then you have to remember that Joker also has his own detonator.
They're watching it.
Yeah.
Because they're in that Joker's in that one building. And he has this
I forgot
other
about that. Yeah,
side
he
to his
is
plan
watching.
where seemingly all his henchmen are just standing by the windows with guns. Gordon's like, let's shoot these bastards and go save the hostages. And Batman's like, nah.
Wait a minute, something's up.
Nah, Batman.
No.
That was unintentional. So he goes in. Batman discovers that, oh no, Joker twist. This prankster. He switched the henchmen with the hostages. So the hostages are taped up, guns taped to their wrists, and clown masks.
Stuck
And
taped.
the doctors that he got from the hospital are really his henchmen. Batman does his Batman thing. Really great action sequence, really clever, with Batman having to take out the cops that are coming in, take out the henchmen, really the civilians. And it's so awesome.
Does
I
it
love
within,
it.
like, what, 90 seconds?
Yeah, still cool.
yeah.
He has this sonar device that we talked about earlier. It's in the basement. Batman is using Gotham's cell towers, cell phones to create these images to see where everybody is on these
And
multiple
Morgan
levels.
Freeman was completely against that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he was like, "You're spying on people."
That's
completely-
like not the point
And
of
Batman
any-
is like, "The ends justify the means. He has to do this."
Right.
Let me see them
Morgan
titties,
Freeman.
basically.
Morgan Freeman's like, "Well,
Playing God.
you better get ready to kiss my ass tomorrow morning because
Yeah.
I'm out of here." So Morgan Freeman helps him. Batman saves the day, and he has the confrontation with the Joker. Joker gets the better of him and is like, "Watch this."
Yeah.
But Gotham's civilians actually pulled through, which is a great moral play.
It's a sliver of hope.
So,
Yeah.
it's heartwarming that Gotham's civilians aren't that bad, and they prove the Joker wrong, that society isn't just terrible and everybody will just eat each other when given the
Yeah,
chance.
it's not
Yeah.
just a dog-eat-dog world. I mean, people do have morals and people do have values and
Yeah, there's cats and birds and other shit.
yeah, and I mean, it was a really, like,
Yeah.
it was nice. Like
Yeah.
you said, heartwarming to see that,
Joker starts to tell Batman the Scar story.
Yet again.
which I love. Yeah.
Batman doesn't have time for this shit.
Yeah.
Claws him, throws him off the building.
Yeah.
When I watched this, I was like, "Oh, Joker's dying," and then I was really surprised when Batman actually saved him.
I was too, but also kind of going off topic and like there was that movie, The Killing Joke, that that I really
Yeah,
liked.
that's an animated movie. That one's based on the comic book.
Yeah.
Right. But I do like that whole scene where they're, spoiler alert, sorry, but they're at the end and, you know, the Joker is talking
They
to the
have
Batman. And he's like,
Tells Batman a
you're
joke.
just as crazy as I am. He's like, there is no me without you, and there is no you without me. Like, I need you and you need me, and that's why you can never kill me, and that is why you can never get rid of me, and you're always going to chase after me because we complement one another.
Yeah, they share a laugh. That's one of the iconic
Yeah.
Batman stories.
Like watching that and then just also watching this and kind of like putting the two and two together. Obviously, that was way after, you know, Nolan's, but...
Well, the comic came out in the 80s.
I'm talking about like the movie though, yeah, because I didn't know about the comic book or their whole dynamic as a whole. So
Well, they do this at the end when he's hanging off. He's like, I think we're gonna do this forever.
Yeah.
Which is really has that bittersweet quality because obviously we lost Heath Ledger before the movie even came out.
Yeah.
sad performance.
Damn, I'm just gonna
Definitely
cry
did go
now.
out with a bang.
But yeah. But I mean, even let alone like if you've only seen the movie, but not for like the stars or anything like that, just hearing that, you're like, oh yeah, because Batman, that's just his legacy with the Joker, is this continuous story.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get to see it continue. He would have been in the third one.
Fortunately,
We'll talk about that when we get to that one. But Joker pulls out his final trick. He has corrupted Harvey Dent and has sent him on a warpath, and that's led to him kidnapping Jim Gordon's family, lures Jim Gordon there, and Batman has to come and have that final confrontation with Harvey Dent. Such more intimate than the action-heavy stuff we just got, which is kind of ballsy to do in your big superhero movie.
It really is, because not to say wasted, but you see a bunch of action, before, and then it's like you would think there would be like this really big action scene between Harvey Dent and Batman, but it's just like you
all
said,
his
super
resentment
intimate
towards him,
and
too.
Yeah, this is Aaron Eckhart's showcase where he's so broken that he's now just going
Shell of a
to
man.
kill children. So lost without Rachel and
Well, and also the Joker planted that seed inside of him where it's like none of this really matters.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, and like even from the beginning they established that the cops really aren't on Harvey's side because he worked in internal affairs and was like investigating other cops. So he has that grudge against Gordon. So good with Gary Oldman too, just screaming apologies.
beautiful actors,
Mm-hmm.
great performances.
And Batman shows up. Two-Face has his coin that is now burned. It was a trick coin with two heads, and now it's a shitty coin with a burnt side.
Now it's just a
This is useless, cheater. You know how much I spent on this?
I don't know. I kind of liked that symbolism too because it was two heads and then now it's like there's a tails and there is a heads.
Yeah, he shoots Batman. Then he's about to kill the kid, or he aims on himself first, and then he gets the good side. And he aims on the kid. It's a bad side. Batman jumps after him, goes off the ledge. Harvey's dead. Batman broke his rule.
Yeah. Which kind of like, in a way, I don't think it probably has anything to do with the movie, but it's like I understand that he had to kill Harvey, but he also could have killed Joker.
Yeah.
Like,
But he didn't have to.
I guess like out of like
do you
both
think he
scenarios.
shouldn't have killed Harvey? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I'm just saying, like, I think out of both scenarios, it's more logical that he did kill
I just
Harvey.
think it was really good writing that Joker won.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't.
think it would-
Do you think he won the fight or did he win the war?
He won the war.
You think
but-
Joker won the war and Bale won the fight?
And then
I didn't think
Batman-
Bale really won the fight. He kind
No,
of sat that one out.
No, Batman lost like everything. He
Like,
got
he
screwed.
literally, Rachel's dead, and now her 7 evil exes. Not wrong movie.
He only has his 90-year-old manservant
Yeah.
left in his life.
What else am I gonna
What am I gonna do? Buy another Russian ballet?
do? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, Gordon comes down. He's like, "Well, we're screwed because everybody Harvey helped to lock up is gonna get out. Gotham's gonna completely lose faith because this was their white knight." And Batman's like, "No, I'm a Dark Knight guy.
Yep.
Did you see the title of the movie?
He holds up the movie to Gary Oldman, just
Have you been watching? It's like that scene in Spaceballs. Where
yeah.
Right. They have to rewind it.
Rewind.
Yeah.
So they have the talk. Batman's like, blame it on me because
And I love
built different.
Oh, and I just love that scene.
Batman runs away from the cops, and they have this sad montage. Alfred burning the letter that Rachel wrote to declare her love for Harvey.
You agree with that?
No, but
I mean, what's she gonna do? Wait for this Batman to stop playing dress up?
No, I mean, I'm talking about like,
Alfred burning the letter.
no, I don't agree.
No, it's everybody makes a moral compromise at the end, which I love.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like everybody like in the movie is having to make a decision. Yeah. Morality.
He knows if he shows that letter to, Grace, that's just gonna end him. That's gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna be Batman. You know what, this Joker guy was on to something. I'm gonna go with
either way, but he didn't believe him either whenever he told him about the letter.
Yeah, I tell him in the next one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forget because he doesn't mention it. Excuse me. And
Gary Oldman gets his big movie ending speech, like, we can't have our heroes become villains. Something, I don't know. I always forget because it's confusing.
Can't remember.
Live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And he's our hero that Gotham wants, but not the hero that Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now. Silent Protector, Dark Knight, and then boom, hard credits. Just like Nolan dropping the mic.
Yeah, boom, bitch. How do you like that?
One of the best movies of the 21st century. Yeah.
Wouldn't watch it again, though. No, I'm just kidding.
But we're not going to recommend it. So yeah, that's The Dark Knight. We hate it.
So overall, obviously. It was shit.
Out of 10 popcorn.
Could have been better.
Out of 10 popcorns, how many?
10 popcorn buckets.
How many popcorns would you give it, Yvonne?
10 popcorn buckets and 3 liters of soda. What did they say?
The
Tim Heidecker show.
I forgot. But yeah, I would probably give it like an 8.5.
Okay.
Definitely.
So she's having 8 popcorns and a half.
It's good. I love it. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I give it 10 popcorns. Because every time I watch it, I feel like it just aged so well even now. Because you could watch it and you could like.
Definitely, and that's what I love about Nolan. I think that like his movies definitely hold up for their time, when they came out. And although there are some things that don't make sense or that aren't really necessary to the plot,
but we could easily look past them because it's a good movie.
It's a movie I always feel like I'm not gonna like as much when I rewatch it, but it's always just so good. Even though the little things do bother me because we didn't mention that there's some really cheesy dialogue, especially from the beat cops.
Yeah.
Like, have a nice trip. See you next fall.
Yeah. That kind of stuff.
Nolan, you didn't write this in 1982.
And it looks very real to our time. No one talks like that.
Yeah. And the No More Dead Cops, all those little bit of cringy stuff, and some of the dialogue doesn't feel quite natural, but Nolan movies never really do.
It's also, a superhero movie too. What you call it? Yeah, it is a superhero movie, right?
Yeah, but it's one that comic book people will be like, no, we have to take this stuff seriously now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, comic book fans are dumb.
Okay, makes sense.
They're like, no, treat us seriously, guys. Yeah. Come on. We have The Dark Knight.
I love Christopher Nolan. I love him as a director, and I love his casting choices. And like I've said before in all the other podcasts, I will always and forever compare any superhero movie to the Nolans.
Yep, I really like it. It's not my favorite in the trilogy. I think it's still Batman Begins. So this movie broke the opening weekend record.
How much?
I think it was 150 something. I think it didn't get broken again until Harry Potter. But it was a lot of people's favorite movie of the year. But it didn't get nominated for Best Picture, which everybody was pissed about.
I don't remember.
That's the Slumdog Millionaire.
There you go. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Other movies were like
pretty good, but all I remember is those toilets. So I don't know if it is.
Yeah, there was other stuff like The Reader. Wall-E was from that year.
Reader was that year too, with Kate Winslet
and Wall-E.
I'll just Google the Best Picture.
Yeah, because that makes sense. The Reader was good. I was gonna say that was a very, very long time ago.
God, we've aged.
What was that? 09?
This one was 08.
Okay.
God, what were we doing? I think we were like in middle school, yeah.
Yeah.
8th grade, going into 9th grade. No, 2010 was my
so
9th grade.
Slumdog Millionaire won.
Right.
Other nominees were The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Oh, that was that year.
Ross Nixon.
That was a good one.
Milk.
Sean Penn.
The Reader.
I mean, if you're going up against CGI what is it, Ben Franklin? No, I'm just kidding.
Benjamin
Button.
Ben Franklin.
Mr. Button.
Mr. Button. I don't know if this
Kate
one
Blanchett.
Yeah. So a lot of people claim The Dark Knight is the reason that the Academy changed the rules that they can nominate up to 10 movies now.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because so many people were mad about
I
it.
mean, he
It's.
died.
I mean, these award
Dies,
shows
Dad.
are ridiculous.
But he won. Well, who cares about the Oscars anymore?
Yeah,
At this
honestly.
point, who fucking cares?
So no one thought this would be his last one, which is why Two-Face dies. Joker lives, but I feel like they would have maybe made some changes had they, I don't know, saw the future.
Yeah. But
Yeah, unfortunately, we lost Heath Ledger, but he won the Oscar.
He did.
It was such a great performance.
did he method act for that one or just?
Yes, big time.
A lot of people say that he was driven crazy by the Joker,
But I
but
don't
no, it's
think-
just like he was in character during. He wasn't
Like outside.
he wasn't sending people used
Yeah.
condoms. I mean,
No, I think also there was an interview I had saw with his on again, off again girlfriend. She was saying that he was just very, very troubled and he struggled with substance abuse a lot. So
yeah, it was sleeping meds, I think.
yeah, that was another big thing too, where he was just he dealt with a lot of mental issues and a lot of mental.
A lot of people claim the Joker killed him.
Yeah,
and
it
that's
was like the
just
nail in the
dumb
coffin
and
for him.
that's-
I don't believe that.
It's just
believe it.
dumb and in bad taste, and I think that's so disrespectful to what he accomplished.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do agree with
He
that.
didn't need to drive himself crazy. It's like that scene in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where Will Smith is talking about his dad with Uncle Phil, and people make up the rumors that Will Smith had all these issues with his dad, and his dad really walked out on him. It's like, no, Will Smith was just a great actor.
Yeah.
It's just a
Because I
great
remember hearing
scene.
that, and I always thought well, that's kind of some.
Do 2 seconds of
an ugly
Googling.
way to say that and stuff.
Yeah, it diminishes
Yeah. Is it-
how
I
talented they
feel
are.
like especially talented actors that genuinely want to do this because they love to just put on a performance wouldn't if they already have problems, they have problems, wouldn't you be using
Problems to tap into it?
well, no, not that, they use those problems, but also, well, that's what method acting is, which is kind of shitty in a sense, but I'm saying more or less they're not gonna take on this he's not gonna take the Joker on and be what the Joker went through is what I went through. It's more of
just
Will Smith into
being
Jared
taken.
Leto's performance and stuff like that. He's like, I get that there's actors that do method and that get into their roles and you have to refer to them as a character on and off set and whatever the case may be, but he's like, I don't do that shit. When I'm off camera, I'm Will Smith.
One of the greatest disses of all time is Dustin Hoffman was talking to, I think it was Sir Laurence Olivier. It was like, I stayed up 72 hours so I can do the scene. And Sir Laurence Olivier was like, have you tried acting?
right.
Perfectly said, yeah.
Yeah, no, because method acting, when I went to school for acting, a lot of it was they push that onto you to do and stuff, but it's why force something that doesn't even come out of you? I feel like a lot of times people would.
I mean, if it's a technique to keep your accent
I think it's
when in between takes.
Came up with method acting, and all that. Just what I know of it is just with Marilyn Monroe and all her stuff, and I feel like it was probably one of the only people that did method acting pretty good, but at the times people were not giving her credit, but people didn't give women credit in general, so
Especially during that time.
yeah, but if you rewatch her stuff, she's super funny, hilarious, but other actors like Jared Leto, it just seems like an excuse, an out to be an asshole,
To be a dick.
because it's you can method act, but you don't need to bring that home.
It's the same thing with, what was it called? Man Over the Moon or Man on the Moon?
Man on the
yeah.
Moon.
Yeah.
Or Man in the Moon?
Something like
Man on the
that,
Moon?
but the
With Jim
Yeah.
Carrey.
Yeah.
Because he had to have a whole documentary about how he was like, no, I was a shitty fucking
Yeah.
person, and if I could go back in time and take all that back, I would.
I could talk for an hour about that. That's
Yeah, I can go off about all of that, but
guy, that's doing Elvis, Austin Butler, he says he's not dropping the act or something like that because he method acted doing Elvis. and
Oh, that's so
stuff. Yeah, and
dumb.
he's saying he's not going to
God,
drop it.
I want that movie to go away.
Yeah,
I get so annoyed every time I see a trailer for
It's
that.
just like I don't know if I would want to.
Tom Hanks in a stupid fat suit.
Yeah, I saw it today.
But I love
Did you
Boss.
see it?
I love him so much. I love him as a director. So
That's fair.
I'm still gonna watch it, but
Yeah.
like, I think just making that, voicing to the world that you're gonna continue to have the facade of Elvis, it's a little extreme. But who am I to tell you what to do and what not to do? That was so off topic. That was it, guys. About the Dark Knight.
We hate it.
We all hate it, and
hey, I don't hate it.
but it's okay because we'll be back. We'll be back next time for vengeance. Anyways, oh, just kidding. We're good guys
We
here.
have like 3
Yeah,
more.
I've got like.
But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope y'all follow, comment on our podcast. What y'all thought about it today. And this is Attack on the I don't even know our name. Attack of the
Done 6 episodes.
Franchise. I know. They're gonna fire me after this one. Yeah. Do y'all have any things y'all want to say about this beautiful time we've shared together, guys?
I'm probably not going to see that Elvis movie.
Yeah.
All in all, Elvis, no.
Yeah.
That's a hard no. Bye, guys.
Bye.